Good afternoon. Thank you for attending today's webinar on social emotional learning. My name is Michael Mangone, and I will be your presenter today. I've been with CypherWorx for roughly a year and a half, and my primary focus has been on school districts throughout the United States. So before we get started, let's take a quick overview of the CypherWorx K-12 program. The CypherWorx K-12 program gives you more than 2,000 hours of content in 6 catalog categories. We are an IASSET accredited provider, which allows us to offer continuing education units. The 6 catalogs that we have are tech certification, GED credit recovery, professional development, HR compliance, CDA and childcare, and lastly, paraprofessional. And as you see on the screen are some of the courses that are included with these various catalogs. We provide the content to your school or district in a variety of ways to make it easy for you and the users. We can set up a private learning content management site for your district and allow access through APIs, single sign-on, or SFTP. We can provide the content within your existing learning content management system. And if you're a PowerSchool user, we can populate PowerSchool with the courses. And lastly, we have dedicated access sites for students, community, and parent guardian access. Our program is designed to give access to content for all of your school audiences, students, teachers, community, and parents and alumni. At CypherWorx, affordability is really important to us. We have priced the program based on student enrollment so you can get all of the 2,000 plus hours of course content with our learning content management system and access for all of your audiences at an affordable rate. Discounts are available for customers of PowerSchool and other school software providers. So let's get into social emotional learning. What is social emotional learning? Social emotional learning, abbreviated SEL, is the process of developing the self-awareness, self-control, and interpersonal skills that are vital for school, work, and life success. Strong SEL skills help students and caregivers cope with challenges and thrive academically, professionally, and socially. SEL is an integral part of education and human development. SEL is the process through which all young people and adults acquire and apply the knowledge, skills, and attitudes to develop healthy identities, manage emotions, and achieve personal and collective goals, feel and show empathy for others, establish and maintain supportive relationships, and make responsible and caring decisions. SEL advances educational equity and excellence through authentic school, family, community partnerships to establish learning environments and experiences that feature trusting and collaborative relationships, rigorous and meaningful curriculum and instruction, and ongoing evaluation. SEL can help address various forms of inequity and empower young people and adults to co-create thriving schools and contribute to safe, healthy, and just communities. What are the benefits of social emotional learning? SEL leads to improved academic outcomes and behaviors. When students have supportive relationships and opportunities to develop and practice social, emotional, and cognitive skills across many different contexts, academic learning accelerates. Hundreds of studies offer consistent evidence that SEL boosters academic performance. Results from a landmark meta-analysis that looked across 213 studies involving more than 270,000 students found that SEL interventions that address the 5 core competencies increase students' academic performance by 11 percentile points compared to students who did not participate. Students participating in SEL programs showed improved classroom behavior and increased ability to manage stress and depression, and better attitudes about themselves and school. Additional meta-analysis echo these findings. Consistency across independent research teams offer strong support that well-implemented SEL programs are beneficial. What might this mean for the practical benefit of SEL? About 27% more students would improve their academic performance at the end of the program, and 24% more would have improved social behavior and lower levels of distress. More recently, a 2021 systematic review found that universal SEL interventions enhanced young people's social and emotional skills and also reduced symptoms of depression and anxiety in the short term. In comparison, other approaches have produced inconsistent results, mindfulness interventions, or limited evidence of impact, positive youth development interventions. Long-term effects measured a positive correlation between strong social emotional assets measured at the end of intervention and higher levels of well-being up to 18 years later. Effectiveness across cultural contexts. An SEL approach was consistently effective with all demographic groups, both inside and outside the United States. This supports the idea that social and emotional assets promoted in SEL can support the positive development of students from diverse family backgrounds and geographic contexts. SEL interventions show the largest effect size when the intervention is designed with a specific content or culture in mind. This supports the idea that SEL is not a one-size-fits-all intervention. The Applied EQ Group. We partnered with Applied EQ Group to create an in-depth series of SEL courses focused on best practices. Applied EQ Group are a diverse team of lifelong learners who believe in the powerful benefits of emotional intelligence, and we come to work each day committed to creating and supporting healthy cultures in every school, business, and teams they work with. The Applied EQ Group was founded at the intersection of neuroscience, psychometrics, and best clinical practice. Applied EQ Group thinks of the work as the graceful art of balance, where risks are taken thoughtfully, perspectives are disrupted intelligently, and solutions are found creatively. The presenter for this series is Dr. Adam Sains. Dr. Sains is a licensed psychologist, ordained minister, author, and emotional intelligence expert who has worked in education, corporate, and nonprofit sectors for over 20 years. He has delivered state and national keynote addresses based on his research, which focuses on stress management, the dynamics of effective relationship building, personality assessment, and emotional intelligence. Among his publications are the best-selling The Power of a Teacher, Relationships That Work, and his most recent release, The EQ Intervention, Shaping a Self-Aware Generation Through Social and Emotional Learning. He currently serves as a supervising psychologist for the Texas A&M Medical School and for the Texas A&M Department of Athletics. The Social Emotional Learning training series we created with the Applied EQ Group contains 11 video-based courses that cover the spectrum of SEL topics. The courses in the training series include the courses that you see on your screen: conflict and communication, why can't we be friends, the stages of escalation and how to manage them, knowing my personality and emotional intelligence, the neuropsychology of trauma and how it impacts learning, how to nurture holistic well-being, how to manage emotions, how to escape mode, how to build relationships that work, mental health first aid in classroom, the stages of community, how to create effective group dynamics in the workplace, and lastly, how to navigate stress like a hero. What I would like to do now is show you an example of the video-based series with Dr. Sains. This is an example of one of our courses, and all our courses start with the start course. And as you can see on the left-hand side, it gives you the itinerary of the course. And lastly, there's a final test at the end of the course. So we will take a look at this course. Here's a picture of Dr. Sains. And take a look at some of the learning objectives. Some terms to know. And as you can see with this slide, you see different tiles. So you actually have to click on these tiles to go on to the next slide. This is called forced navigation, meaning that it slows down the pace of the course so that way the user can retain the information and they actually have to pay attention to go on to the next slide. So this is just an example of one of our courses. Social emotional learning courses. In addition to the applied EQ SEL training series, we have dozens of additional SEL courses for you to utilize. And I will show you one of those courses. This is our Going Deeper, Supporting Social Emotional Learning and Character Development. And once again, start course. And all of these courses are accessible on mobile devices. So you're actually able to access these on your phone, tablet, and laptop. And as you can see on the left-hand side, gives you an overview of all the different information that will be included in the course. And once again, our courses do have quizzes at the end to see how much information the user retained. What I would like to do now is actually show you the complete CypherWorx K-12 catalog. The first area is tech certification. So this is great for, let's say for a student who's graduating high school, really not sure if they want to go to college, but they want to get into the tech world. They can actually take these courses and get certified into technology. Then we go into the GED credit recovery. So you can see the different courses listed here. And then we have professional development. Anything from business ethics to managerial leadership. And then we go into the safety portion of the catalog. You have some certification courses listed right here. Then we go into the HR compliance, CDA and childcare. And then lastly, we go to the social emotional learning. And these are the 11 courses that we just spoke about. Quality content. Our courses include multiple exams, knowledge checks, and other assessments to assess the learner's competency in the course content they just completed. Exams are created and maintained by our subject matter experts and instructional design team to test learner competency on course objectives. Many courses include tables that match each test question to the content it covers to give learners the opportunity to review any content they haven't mastered. Most courses include learner reflection, boxes for learners to record and review their reflections. Quality content continued. Our courses include scenario-based learning and interactive elements to encourage active learning. So I'm going to show you our 21st Century Skills and Play course and give you a sense how the course functions. And once again, all our courses start at the top with Start Course. We click on this. And we take a look at the left-hand side to see all the different topics located within the course. And once again, quizzes are had at the end of the courses. So let's just take a quick look at this. So it's going to give you an introduction on the CDA and what you actually need to get your CDA. It's going to show you how to prepare, also apply, how to schedule, how to earn your credit, and we'll hit continue. So as you can see, we try to make these courses as interactive as possible to keep the attention of the user. IASSET. CypherWorx is accredited by the International Accreditors for Continuing Education and Training. Being an accredited provider allows us to offer continuing education units to learners who complete training through CypherWorx. CEUs are accepted by professional organizations and college universities throughout the United States and internationally. Being IASSET accredited allows you to offer tremendous value to your students and community. Let's take a look at some of the organizations that actually accept IASSET accreditation. So you're going to see a list of different organizations and cities, educational institutions that actually accept it. Let's take a look at Michigan, which is a great example. So we're going to take a look at the state and all the different organizations that will accept IASSET accreditation. Inclusive programs and content that support easy access for students. Our content and learning content management system meet WCAG 2.0 level AAA compliance, which means we go beyond standard Section 508 government compliance to offer the highest level of inclusivity. What is WCAG compliance? Web Content Accessibility Guidelines defines how to make web content more accessible to people with disabilities. Accessibility involves a wide range of disabilities, including visual, auditory, physical, speech, cognitive, language, learning, and neurological disabilities. BOCES. The CypherWorx K-12 program is eligible for coaster reimbursement through Monroe No. 2 BOCES. Coaster is an approved co-op agreement to establish a shared service between a BOCES and 2 or more districts. Services are provided at the request of component districts to respond to an established need and must be shared. Services should be cost-effective and effective. Education Law Section 2D compliant. CypherWorx is Ed Law 2D compliant. The Educational Law Section 2D, known amongst New York schools as Ed Law 2D, provides guidance to educational agencies and their third-party contractors on ways to strengthen data privacy and security to protect student data and annual professional performance review data. We have taken all steps to ensure Ed Law 2D compliance. You can see on the screen all the areas that are required. Even though third parties are not required to have a data protection officer, we have taken additional steps by implementing that position. Thank you for attending today's webinar. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me via email or on my cell phone. Thank you again and have a great day.